How do, fellow YouTubers, and welcome once again to my personal insanity. I've spent the morning toying with ideas with the Easter layout with regard to next year's layout, and my thoughts are that for next year I wanted to do the experimental Celotex layout. It would undoubtedly be a sheet of 2-inch thick Celotex, and before I go purchasing this, I wanted to see if it would allow me enough room to do something pretty much different from what I have. So I've been experimenting, and based on the results of it, I'll probably be getting the Celotex and doing that for next year, but I just want to show you some of my ideas. Walking back here, I'm thinking of adding the coal ramp for next year, and I just have the radar tower pulled out of the way. What on this year's layout is a main line back here, and I'm showing you this with my little balsa wood pointer. This is part of the main line, so my thoughts are for next year it would become a siding which would lead to the coal ramp, and the floodlight tower would come out of here, and in that area probably would go the radar tower somewhere back in here. If I'm going to use this sheet of Celotex, it will be 4 feet wide or 4 feet deep as I'm looking at it here. So that allows me to move the grade level loop out some distance. So one of the thoughts are that the track arrangement might have a switch here and passing siding in here, which would go over to a switch here, and the siding and the rocket launcher might stay in the same general area, or the rocket launcher might get moved forward. And let me see where I have my track here. I'm just going to put this in and show you. If I put a curve there, and the lamppost isn't a way to do this properly, but with a pair of straight tracks like that, that would allow me to move the rocket launcher up. And I don't know how many. Let's get the tape measure and see how much it is. And that allows the rocket launcher to come forward about 4 inches from where it's at. Right now, as I'm thinking, if I do add the coal ramp and I lift my pointer on the floor, the main line would come out in here. So that would sort of push everything forward. And some of my thoughts are also that if I go, and I'm going to bend down and get my pointer again, if I go with a switch here, and I can have a siding, I could put Lionel Freight House in there. And also one of the possibilities are putting a switch in here with another siding, and it might have a full curve after the switch, and it might have only a half a curve. And I'm thinking about putting the cattle pen in here. I don't know if you can really get a good idea of what it might look like. The cattle pen could wind up, if I use a full curve after the switch, the cattle pen could wind up fairly straight. Let's get the camera up here. Or if I go with a half curve, the cattle pen could be on an angle here. So those are some of the thoughts. Right now I'm thinking that the mountain would be reused on the new platform, and the left loop on this figure 8 would probably stay the same. It's only the right loop of the figure 8 that would be changed. Don't know where a road would go at this time. Also a possibility is the addition of the milk platform in this area. I don't want to overcrowd it, but again I want to stick with the 60s theme on it with a dealer display layout, and just have Lionel accessories. Though I'm sure there's going to be a marked floodlight tower which might go in this area right down here. Probably what I'm going to do here is when I take this down, get the sheet of Celotex before I put everything away that was on the platform, and put the sheet of Celotex up and start playing around with track and accessory locations on it. So I just wanted to let everybody in on what's going through my head right now. Another thing I forgot to mention, currently this track here comes off the 45-degree crossover and goes into a switch. Well, the switch would come out of there in the new layout, and then we would just insert a full curve track and bring the main line up through here. I'm not sure if it looks cool leaving the rocket launcher where it is with regard to the location of the main line, but we'll play around with that when we get the sheet of Celotex. The trestle set, I like the same size and style and shape that it is, so that's going to stay. And of course the aluminum Christmas tree turned Easter egg tray. And I don't think I've shown this in the videos that I've had up before, but I found the perfect tree topper for it. I don't think it looks Christmassy. It is vintage from the 60s in Art Deco style, and some people refer to this as an atomic tree topper, which makes it fit in with the space theme of the layout. So this thing here is pretty cool. Maybe in the future I'll put a Y around it and put a small Mercury capsule looking like it's orbiting it or something. As for the layout for next year, I see the rotary beacon staying on it and the control tower. And we got a new space-themed ornament, George Jetson, with Astro chasing the cat on his exercise device. So I think that goes rather well with it. And I guess that about covers what's going through my head this morning. And when I'm done this video, I'm sure I'll take all this down and get the trains so they can run again. So, hope everybody enjoys seeing what's going through Janice's head at this time. And again, maybe some of this will inspire somebody to make a similar layout or a better layout. And that be the case, then I'm justified in making this video. So for now, take care, God bless, have a great weekend, bye-bye.